Hello and welcome to On the Couch with Steve, a podcast where we help you navigate the often complex world of buying and selling real estate here in Ipswich and the surrounding areas. I'm Steve Athanates. I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate. I'm joined by a very special guest today. He's all smiling, he's all excited, and with every reason to be excited. This is Daniel Parsons. Hey Daniel, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Thanks for coming along today. Now, Daniel is an agent within our NGU Real Estate Ripley office, the Kamali Group. Now, Daniel's been selling real estate now full-time for 7 months?
7 months, yeah.
7 months. So he's just reached elite status. That means he's basically generated $500,000 worth of gross commission. Before everyone gets upset and thinks that Daniel's getting paid $500,000, I said gross commission. Okay, it doesn't mean he's made it $500,000, but he has generated $500,000 worth of commission. So what that effectively means is within a very, very short period of time, he's become amazingly active. Okay, he's worked incredibly hard and he's gained the trust of a lot of owners, a lot of sellers who've either wanted to sell an investment property or their own personal home, and he's gained their trust. Now, as a result, he's achieved some massive results, and it's hard to believe he's really only been selling back here for 7 months. Mm-hmm. So absolutely amazing effort. Now, Daniel, for the people at home, tell them a little bit of a story about yourself and your background and how you came to sell real estate.
So a little bit about myself. To be honest, for a very, very long time, I've always had a bit of interest for real estate. Probably the thing that sparked my interest originally was when I was about 18, 19. I read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, probably the only book I've ever read in my life. It took a while. I listened to the podcast. I listened to it on Audible a couple of times to really get me through it.
Good job.
But obviously through the years, always had it in the background. People kind of told me about it, said I should probably get into it. Always thought it'd be too hard, can't get into it. Long story, went through the plumbing apprenticeships, done businesses and stuff like that. Actually started with Steve.
Yes, and then I scared him away. He only stayed for 6 weeks.
So originally, yes, 6 weeks in the industry. I decided to basically venture elsewhere. I had another business on the side that I was pursuing. I wanted to kind of see how that kind of panned out. As things happen, sometimes it doesn't always go as planned. And then found myself back with the NGU team. Obviously, having that relationship with Steve and obviously a couple of business owners in the company allowed me to step back into it and make me feel quite comfortable, which is good.
Yes.
But basically from there have worked a lot.
Yeah, and look, I think that's the key thing. You obviously made a really good impression, even when you decided to take off and explore this other avenue. I always said to you, mate, if you want to come back, please come back.
I remember him saying that, and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Come back at any time. Now, obviously, like you said, you tried something else. We won't focus on that. You made the decision to come back, which, again, is not always easy. Mm-hmm. Now, when you decided to come back and sell real estate again, you obviously had to put together a plan to basically generate business in order to make sure that you had sufficient income.
Yeah.
It's very important. Like, he's a very fit boy, loves to train, eats lots of food, needs money. All right, so needed money to obviously make your life go round the same as everyone else out there. Mm-hmm. So you put together a plan of how you were going to market yourself, and I'll talk about that. I'll let you talk about that briefly. You have a very distinct marketing plan that has helped you get in a lot of doors, meet a lot of people, and then obviously gain their trust. So tell us about what you've done.
So a lot of basically my lead generation, or how I basically connect with a lot of people. As you can appreciate, when you start in this industry, you don't know anyone. This whole industry is built on who you know. So I thought I need to meet as many people as possible. I don't care if they want to sell their house tomorrow or in 5 years from now. I'm going to go meet up with these people and create relationships with them, basically nurture them over the time. When they're ready to rock and roll, hopefully I get a phone call. So basically from once I started, I used a lot of social media to basically, people who had somewhat of an interest in selling their property or finding out what their property is worth, allows me to start a conversation with them, go out there, meet them in person is the main thing. You want to put a face to the name, and basically just create a connection with them, talk to them, basically give them a call every now and then and say, what's going on? And then we get to the point where I am now, and basically all these people are ready to rock and roll, but basically they weren't ready to rock and roll 12 months ago, and then it's starting to compound from there.
And it is a compounding thing where you do some activity. A little bit of activity will gain you a little bit of business. More activity will gain more business, and then you get to a point where once you're really rolling and you've got momentum, listings will start to attract other listings because people will look at you and think, okay, how old are you?
29.
So you're 29,
Yeah.
so you're thinking he's a young guy, but they're looking at your record of success. They're saying, okay, well, look, geez, I see him. He's very active on social media. I see him all the time on realestate.com and Domain and those major transactional platforms for real estate. So all of a sudden they start to think, okay, well, I'm going to consider this guy to be my agent. Now, once you get out there, that's only the first part of it. Sometimes that's the easy part because you still got to convince someone to give you the largest asset that they own in the whole wide world and trust you to sell it. How do you think you've been able to be so successful so quickly?
I think a lot of it is over servicing. I'm very, very active and responsive. Basically, understand people, they work 9 to 5. They want to talk 5 to 9. So if they're sending me a text message, I'm going to reply quite quickly. I think a lot of feedback I have had is they love how responsive I am. As you can appreciate, when you're purchasing anything yourself or going through, like, customer service is a massive thing. So I like to emphasize on giving them everything as possible, try and help them through the whole process. Even if they're looking to purchase another place, they need to sell theirs. Basically, they've got to sell theirs to purchase something else. I'll help them through that whole process. I tell them to send me some listings that they're interested in. I can give them my opinion and try and basically make the whole thing as seamless as possible for them.
So you're basically trying to value add to their experience. So you're saying, yes, I sell houses, but I can help you in the buying process. I can help you, if you needed to effect repairs to the property prior to bringing it to market. I can help you if you need a finance referral, all those sorts of things. So that's what you're doing within your business?
Over servicing and literally just answering the phone calls and texts. Basically, everyone wants excuse me.
No, they want an answer.
They want an answer. Yes, it's a long story.
Yeah. Now, look, obviously, I think this would be, and I say this hand on heart. One of the biggest complaints that people would make about real estate agents is that they never answer their phone, they don't return emails, and they're generally unresponsive.
Yes.
So that's the number one complaint we receive as real estate agents. So for the buying and the selling public out there, I think Daniel's been a refreshing change where he will actually answer his call. He will, if you send him a text message. For the younger generation, if you on Instagram or you send him a Snapchat or whatever's going to happen, whatever platform you want to be on, this boy is on it.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, and he will get back to you double quick, all right? So anyone who's out there looking for an amazingly energetic and ambitious agent who is dedicated to getting you the best possible price, Daniel Parsons, NGU Real Estate Ripley, the Kamali Group, is your man. Now, mate, we've got 2 more things I need to ask you. You've reached $500,000 gross commission, which is our elite agent level.
Yep.
We have one more level to go. It's called Prestige Agent.
Yes.
To achieve a Prestige Agent status, you need to sell $1 million worth of gross commission within a calendar year, 1 year. Mate, when is that going to happen for Daniel Parsons?
Well, I did 7 months for the elite. I would be 12 months in March. To be honest, I'm on track to do maybe January or February.
So you think you'll reach Prestige status January, February?
Yeah.
Well, guess what's going to happen? We're going to hold you accountable and we're going to bring you back on the podcast in January, February
Let's
next
February
year.
to be safe.
2025, and we're going to see if you met your goal.
It's on record.
All right? It's on the record. It's out there for everyone to see. Daniel Parsons will be a Prestige agent by February 2025. All right. Best of luck with that.
Thank you.
I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to make it. Now, mate, last one. If anyone was aspiring to become a real estate agent, they had a similar sort of, dream or hope, the same as you did. They wanted to get into real estate. What should they do? What would be some hints and tips you would give someone looking to get into the industry?
Like even initially when I did start with Steve, I did a couple of weeks just free following him around. End of the day, you know nothing. You're just basically a burden in a way. You're just following them around. It's like it takes time out of their day. It's obviously difficult for them to try and juggle what they're doing and then also try and teach you. So I did basically a couple of weeks for free, getting into there, just trying to wrap my head around it. A lot of podcasts like this, the Real Estate Gym with Tom Panos, I basically listened to that religiously. It did cost probably $1,000 or something to do, but the investment, you listen to top quality people, what they do in, day out, just literally immersing myself in everything, trying to find out basically everything from property types, zoning of properties, all these kind of things. They make you sound more intelligent when you're talking to these sellers, to really emphasize your knowledge in the area and become the expert. So basically you need to be an expert in the industry. That's done by being immersed in it.
You need to work hard.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to clarify. Daniel said he came and worked for me for a couple of weekends for free. That's true. Now, it's not that we're cheap or we're horrible. The reason we actually get him to come along is to see, first and foremost, if it's actually what they think it is, right? And some people, for whatever reason, may think in their mind that they have an idea of what a real estate agent does and what it would be like on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people come to this industry and find out it's completely different to what they thought it would be. And they also find out it's much harder than they thought it would be. So it does take a lot of time, energy and effort to get people to trust you.
Yeah.
Remember, we're talking about the largest asset they own in the whole world. They're not going to give it to a complete stranger who they think is a numpty, all right? You need to come across well, you need to be polished, and you need to be knowledgeable. And that's what Daniel's alluded to. So at the end of the day, we're basically looking for those people who have that level of commitment to be successful, because it is a big commitment, isn't it, Daniel?
Yes. And for the record, he didn't make me work for free. I said that I'd work for free. I'll come follow you around.
Thank you. Thanks, mate. Well, look, mate, what you've achieved to this point in time, like I said, 7 months to reach elite level, $500,000 gross commission, absolutely massive, truly a credit to you. You've had a lot of guidance from Charles Camorley, obviously your principal at NGU Real Estate Ripley. Charles has been guiding you every step of the way, which is amazing. He's a very young guy, super successful. You've got a team over there that's really kicking a lot of goals and obviously influencing this Ipswich real estate market. So to you, my friend, congratulations.
Thank you.
So well deserved. So once again, thank you to Daniel Parsons from NGU Real Estate Ripley, the Camorley Group, for joining us today. Congratulations on elite level. That's what all we've got for today. Guys, if you're interested, you've got any comments about what we've talked about today, if you want to become a real estate agent here in Ipswich, click this link below, come in and have a chat to us and we can guide you along the way. I'm Steve Athanates, I'm the owner of NGU Real Estate Ipswich. If you'd like to hear or see more about On the Couch with Steve, join us for our next episode. We'll see you soon.